Hi everyone, my name is Miss Linda and I'm a children's librarian over at East Hampton Library. I hope everyone's doing well today on this beautiful Saturday. I wanted to share another make at home craft with you, and today I was going to try to show you how to make a tissue paper flower. So I have a few of them here to show you. I have a big one, I have a little one. So why am I showing you how to make tissue paper flowers? Well, coming up soon is the 5th of May, or Cinco de Mayo. And Cinco de Mayo is a day that we celebrate Mexican culture and heritage. And to kind of honor that, I thought I'd show you how to make some tissue paper flowers. So if you decide to celebrate Cinco de Mayo in your house, you'll have some decorations. So what you will need to make these tissue paper flowers is obviously tissue paper. So I have some here. If you don't have colored tissue paper, you could look through, maybe you have an old gift box that has some white tissue paper in it, or maybe you could color it with some watercolor or crayons, or you could make a white flower. So see what you can find. We also need a pair of scissors, and again, if you're making this on your own, please use children's scissors. Don't try to use an adult scissor and hurt yourself. If you don't have children's scissors, make sure mom or dad or an older brother or sister helps you, or some adult. So the only other item we need to make the tissue paper flowers is some sort of string. So I have here yarn. You could use twine or fishing line or anything that you can find around the house. So let's get started. So what I did was, my tissue paper was rectangular, so I cut it square. And an easy way to do that is to just take a piece of tissue paper and fold it in half like a triangle, and then you know that all the sides are even. And if you have a rectangular piece, you can fold the triangle and then cut the excess off. So we're starting with 6 to 8 pieces of tissue paper. So once we have the pieces, we're going to fold like an accordion. So I'm not sure if you know what that means, but sort of like a fan. So I fold one direction, then I take my tissue paper and I fold another direction, sort of keeping the folds the same width. And then I'm going to fold that way, and I'm going to fold back again, and I'm going to keep folding, and want to try to make the creases pretty sharp. So press hard when you make those creases, but you don't have to necessarily press so hard that you tear the paper, because it is fragile. So, okay, so as you can see, it sort of looks like a fan, in and out, in and out. So on this tissue paper flower, I'm going to take 2 of these sheets off. I'm going to try with 6 sheets. Sometimes it's easier to tie with 6 sheets rather than the 8 sheets. Okay, so let me just fix this here. Okay, so if you want to get fancy, you can cut the edges of your flower. So see the end here. On this one, I rounded the edge, so it has round petals. And on this one, I made a pointed edge. So you can see there's all little points. So I think I'm going to do this one a different way. I'm going to cut lines in the ends of my tissue paper. Just going to cut a few little lines. The same with this side. 1, 2. Okay. Now, that will just make the ends a little bit fancier. You don't have to do that. You could just leave it straight and it will still come out. And now we're going to take a piece of the string, which the string only needs to be like 4 or 5, 6 inches long. And we're going to tie the string right in the center of the flower as tight as you can. So you might want someone to help you, to put their finger and hold it for you. So I got that tied in the center, and I'm going to cut the strings off. And then we're going to start with one side of the paper flower. Now, what we want to do is we want to open up each petal and pull it toward the center where you tied. So we're just going to pull toward the center. Pull, pull. See how that looks there? Pull, pull, all the way up to the center. I want you to be able to see what I'm doing. So there we go. So there's half of my tissue paper flower. And we're going to try the other side. So we're going to open the folds and take the first layer. So you have to be very careful with this because it's very easy to tear the paper. So going to peel all the way toward the center. Okay, we got the second one. And the third one. And then we have number 4, number 5, and number 6. So then I like to just fluff my flower, sort of make it a little bit straightened out. And there you have a beautiful tissue paper flower. So you could tie a string to this and you could hang it up, or you could mount it to a stick. So this was obviously, if you cut large squares, you're going to get a large tissue paper flower, little squares, little tissue paper flower, and here is my pointed ended tissue paper flower. So thank you so much for tuning in today and listening to my tutorial. And I look forward to seeing you again next weekend to make another craft. And I hope you have a fun Cinco de Mayo and have a great afternoon. Take care. Bye-bye.